you're this clown is a level 4 naughty list, a level 4 naughty list.
I don't even really know what to say about this film other than it's just lame. It's the most bland, predictable, by the numbers film I've seen in such a long time. You can basically predict where this thing is going to go from the first like 20 minutes alone. That's a really bad sign for what's supposed to be a thrilling action movie. I'm just gonna talk about this movie because I just have to. I'm not going to try and make it too long now because I have places to be. Gotta crank some 90s in Fortnite Battle Royale. My main problem in this movie is that it just takes the premise too damn seriously. For a film that's literally centered around Santa Claus getting abducted and needing to be rescued back, you just shouldn't take it seriously at all. But if you do it in a clever, tongue-in-cheek kind of way. But no, instead they take the plot fully serious to the point where it's just so laughable. The script here is not only terrible, but it's just so suffocatingly self-serious. Try saying that 10 times fast. Suffocatingly self-serious. Wasn't that difficult, actually.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
It's like there's so much fun you could have with this concept. If this was just aiming to be a fun, R-rated, 1 hour 35-ish minutes. Cute. It's a cute little idea for a film. But no, instead it's a 2 hour 4 minutes, PG-13, Chris Evans, rock vehicle, that simply just isn't interesting. It's just so dull. Jesus, is this movie dull? Speaking of dull, let's talk about the characters. Or lack thereof.
Hmm?
What are you doing?
Nothing. Me? Just hanging around.
I kid you not when I say the characters in this movie are so goddamn paper thin. In fact, some of them just pop up every now and again, say something or do something very minute, and then just leave, and then they come back in like, oh yeah, that character's in the film. This includes the fucking main villain. Okay, so this is the part where I usually would show the characters I'm talking about frequently whilst talking about them, but there just barely is any footage of her on YouTube, almost as if she does nothing in the movie, so they have no footage to use for her. What? Anyway, here, I'll just put a screenshot of Elsa on screen until I stop talking about it. It's fucking close enough. The villain here is just so poorly written. She barely does a thing the entire fucking movie. And when she does, it's like she's gone instantly. She's meant to be this threatening figure, but I just don't get threatened by her because there's barely any solid writing around her. In fact, there is no solid writing around her because there's no writing around her at all. She's the most generic, basic, I want to do this, so I'm going to do this, and you're not going to stop me. It's just the most fundamentally broken script I've seen in such a long time. It's not even a character writing, just the script in general here is just atrocious. Like I said earlier, the characters are terrible, very paper thin, and sprinkle in some pretty mid performances. You know, The Rock. Oh yeah, the Rock's a great actor, isn't he?
No.
The Rock is his usual self. He's a bad actor. Okay, I'm not gonna pretend to even think he's a good actor. I hate The Rock. Okay, I don't think he can act for shit. He's always the same guy in every movie he's in. He's like this stoic badass, but he has in his script that he can't lose a single fight. He can't lose a single fight. So it just takes attention away from absolutely every single scene he's in. Chris Evans is moderately okay. I feel like he was trying to make this blunder of a script work a little. The villain, the actor for her is just absolutely terrible. And I don't fault the actor. She was in Twisters, which I think, even though I don't like Twisters, she does a great job in Twisters. She's really, really good, actually. Okay, so editing Nick here, because I'm just bad at doing research, I guess. I have just found out upon searching this actress, Karen Shipka, that she was also in Longlegs. I love Longlegs. She did a great job in Longlegs. Good job, Karen. But I'm free this Sunday. Please don't be angry that I bullied your performance in this movie. It wasn't your fault. Like, I wouldn't say this is the worst movie I've seen all year, because well, this and this all came out this year, and trust me, they are way worse. The best way to describe this movie is just damn lame. It's just lame through and through. There's not really any entertaining scenes. The thing I liked the most about this movie was that occasionally it did have some pretty nice looking visuals. Not that the movie shot well, because it's surprisingly shot really bad. It's also got some really good looking shots here and there, mainly when it's in the North Pole, but still. The lighting also isn't as bad as I was expecting for a modern blockbuster like this. Like, I was expecting the typical grey, dull lighting, but no, the lighting's it's fine. And once again, the movie does have some really good looking shots at points, but it's just everything else about this movie. I was just floored. My jaw was on the floor for the entire movie. I mean, fuck, it's a Prime original, but it honestly feels like a Nickelodeon original film. What was really funny is that most of this movie I was like, yeah, it's bad, but it's just funny bad. It's just so bad, it's fucking hilarious. Then as the movie just kept going on and on and on, I was like, never mind, I think I am starting to hate it, because it's just what you think of when you think of a stereotypical bad modern blockbuster. The runtime as well, I do not know what Hollywood's need for these kind of films being like 2 hours long, when they're once again better off as like an hour 35 minutes. This movie just really didn't need to be 2 hours and 4 minutes long. And trust me, you really do feel it, especially in the third act, which, let's just talk about that third act, because oh my god, what an anticlimactic climax. Spoilers, I guess, for Red One, if you really fucking care. The quote-unquote climax of this movie is so underwhelming. It's like barely even a 3-minute action scene. The villain's defeated just so quickly and easily. And I'm like, okay, the movie's wrapping up now, finally. And then it just went on for like another solid 5 minutes in a montage of Santa Claus delivering presents to all the people on Christmas Eve. I'm just like, didn't need to show this to us. We could have just gathered that he would have done this. Please, just end the movie. Oh yeah, and one last thing about this movie, I forgot to mention it earlier, but Chris Evans' character in this movie has a son, and this son, no word of a lie, is literally in the movie just so the third act can kick off, because the son has one scene in the first act, one minute scene in the first act, doesn't do a single fucking thing, and then he causes the third act dilemma. I am not kidding you, folks. It is so incompetent. The third act starts and like, oh, we actually need a way to get characters from point A to point B. How are we gonna do this? Oh, Chris Evans has a son. Yeah, just fucking use him, I guess. In short, Red One is just basically another rock movie. Basic, safe, by the numbers, generic, extremely dull experience. Ironically enough, I give Red One a 1 out of 5. It's really not worth anyone's time. You shouldn't watch this movie. You shouldn't recommend your friends watch this movie. Stay clear of it at all costs. Anyway, I gotta think of something funny to end this on.